With the introduction of a new generation of Formula One cars utilizing ground effect aerodynamics for the 2022 season, an initial challenge that emerged for several teams was the phenomenon called porpoising, causing a bouncing effect. Among the teams affected, Mercedes seemed to grapple the most with the consequences of porpoising. Their season began with a struggle to find pace, as they needed to first address and comprehend this issue before they could focus on pursuing optimal performance. Let's see the biggest improvements at Mercedes and the specific enhancements they are working on during this summer break. Additionally, let's hear the thoughts and considerations surrounding the Mercedes team members. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix last season marked a significant turning point in the porpoising debate. The Baku City Circuit posed a challenging track for many teams, and Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton even experienced back pain due to the severity of the issue. In response, the FIA implemented changes for the 2023 Formula One season, which included adjustments to the floor edges and diffuser throat height to address porpoising. During a mid-season Q&A with Mercedes Chief Technical Officer Mike Elliott, that these changes presented Mercedes with a crucial decision. They could either aggressively pursue performance or err on the side of caution to prevent a recurrence of their previous challenges. Ultimately, the team chose caution, but perhaps leaned too far in that direction. As a result, Mercedes found themselves once again not in contention for the championship in the 2023 season. Instead, they were engaged in a battle with Aston Martin, McLaren, and Ferrari to establish themselves as the distant best of the rest, trailing behind the dominant leader, Red Bull. James Allison, Mercedes technical director, said, "Although we made great strides last year, 2023 presented all the teams with a rule change that offered some protection against bouncing. Over the winter, we faced a choice: go aggressive and trade the bouncing protection in the rule change for performance, or take a more cautious route and steer clear of the sort of porpoising that wrecked our season last year," said James Allison. Although, ever since chief design engineer Aldo Costa departed from Mercedes to semi-retire in Italy, taking up a role at Dallara, Mercedes has encountered challenges akin to navigating without a paddle. Although James Allison was enlisted to steer the team in the right direction, it appears that the challenges have proven to be greater than anticipated, with Red Bull consistently maintaining a competitive edge. In a recent feature on the Mercedes F1 website, Allison states, "We are also trying to make the car more reassuring for the drivers when they initially turn in. It feels too reactive. And then when they get to the apex, they have the opposite problem, where we want it to bite at the front and it doesn't. It's unstable when you first turn the wheel, and then annoyingly dead when they get to the apex. We want it the other way around. That's what we are working on." Lewis Hamilton maintains that the Mercedes Formula One team has made significant strides in 2023 after implementing a radical upgrade in Monaco. Despite the persistent gap to Red Bull, Hamilton emphasizes the substantial progress that the team has achieved. Nevertheless, Hamilton has commended the team for the notable strides they have taken, highlighting the significant progress they've accomplished. "I've been incredibly proud of everybody. Everyone has been working insanely hard. We've been making big steps. I think the biggest step we took was when we got to Monaco, and the car has really progressed a lot since then. We have a better understanding of where to position the car. It's been a lot more consistent, podiums, top 5 finishes, which has been great. And generally, we've been getting solid, great reliability. So there's lots and lots of good bits," said Lewis Hamilton. Identifying specific areas for improvement in the W14, Hamilton has highlighted the team's need to enhance both downforce and balance. He previously addressed the balance concern earlier in the season, noting that he felt somewhat disconnected from the car due to its cockpit being positioned noticeably further forward compared to rivals like Red Bull and Ferrari. Hamilton elaborated, stating, "The balance we've still got to work on, and we need more downforce as we always do, but I know everyone back at the factory is head down focused on doing that. We're just massively focused on getting second for the team in the Constructors' Championship, and I'm trying to get third in the drivers' standings. In the last 3 races, Russell secured a 5th place finish and 2 6th place finishes, while his teammate Lewis Hamilton clinched a podium and attained 4th place twice. During this period, Mercedes found themselves in competition with McLaren and Ferrari for the distinction of being the second fastest team on the grid. Since the Austrian Grand Prix held in early July, Russell has openly discussed the challenges he's facing, indicating that he hasn't quite found his rhythm with the W14. When team principal Toto Wolff was queried about Russell's recent decrease in performance, he acknowledged that the complexities of achieving the optimal setup in this year's car have contributed to Russell's struggles. These cars are on the knife edge, and you can quickly fall off it and lose the confidence. And on the other side, if you're within that corridor of a sweet spot, although having said that, that car has no sweet spot, but being more in that zone of understanding what it will do next, I think there's a big difference, Wolff said. Russell doesn't believe the car's design shift in Monaco has worked against him, as the feeling in the car hasn't changed much compared to how it felt at the start of the season. His only podium of the season, a third place in Spain, came after the revamp. "No, I don't think so. I think it's just in your rhythm," he replied when asked if his slump was in any way related to the upgrades. "The car's feeling pretty similar to what it did at the start of the year. Some small changes, but nothing to do with the updates. Just sometimes things are just going your way, and you've got that confidence. Sometimes you just lose a bit of confidence, and it has a bit of a knock-on effect," said George Russell. Could we witness some noteworthy developments from Mercedes after this summer break? Share your thoughts in the comments below and make sure to subscribe to stay informed about the latest updates in Formula One.